Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. All glories to our revered speaker for today, His Grace Ishwara Prabhu. And all glories to some of the Vaishnavi devotees. Devotees, we thank you all for being here as always. Today we have His Grace Ishwara Prabhu, who is our own, who needs no introduction. And so, Prabhuji, we may put the verse on the screen and then you take it over from here.
All right.
Krishna.
So I begin with the prayer.
Sure. Hare Krishna.
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Gurave Gurachandaya Radhikayatadalaye Krishna ya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha Narayana Namaskritya Naraycha Vanarotaman Devam Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Diraye Nasta Prayesva Bhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Tamas Loke Bhakti Bhavati Nastike Vede Ramane Chaba Purane Bharate Tata Haro Adyan Chama Decha Hari Savatya Giyate Mukam Karoti Vachalam Fangu Langate Grihi Yakripata Bante Sri Guru Dinatarine Paramananda Madhava Dhamma Prajita Kadavutra Paramoni Mashram Satan Vedam Vastavam Mutavastu Shivadan Tabataya Mulanam Sima Bhagavate Mahamani Kiteki Vai Para Ishvara Sadyorudi Avarudri Chitra Kitibita Kishanam Nigama Kapatalu Galitam Phalam Sukamukam Dravasamritam Pibatam Bhagavatam Rashamalaya Muhuraurasika Bhavibavuka Yashavaya Shramanayam Krishna Paramapurusha Bhakti Buddha Padaya Pansa Sukamoa Bhayapaha Atoyam Brahmasutranam Bharatata Vinaya Gayati Bhasha Ruposha Vedata Parabhimita Sababedeti Asanam Saram Saram Paribrimita Sababedantam Saram He Sri Bhagavatam Istate Tarasam Mitasha Tipsashana Yatyasara Tikochi Krishna Yabasudeva Ya Devaki Nandana Yacha Nanda Gopa Kumara Ya Govinda Ya Namo Nama Vasudevan Sutam Devan Kansa Chandramadana Devaki Paramanandam Krishna Bande Jagat Guru Namo Mahabhadanyaya Krishna Premapadayate Krishna ya Krishna Chaitanya Namani Guratasya Namaha Namo Brahmanya Devaya Chadagataya Krishna Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nibhise Sasunya Bhadi Pashta Desatarine Vanchaka Patarubhya Chakripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavana Bhebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadara Shiva Shri Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I thank everyone for being here. My time here in India is evening time. In Vrindavan is evening. And depending on where you are, some in the afternoon your time, or in the morning time if you're in America. So different time for different devotees. So I thank everyone for being here, and also those who are watching from the Facebook. So it's our great privilege, great honor to be able to recite Srimad Bhagavatam and to be able to say something about this wonderful scripture, this wonderful sastra. So the Bhagavatam itself is the is said to be the Paramahansa Samhita, is the book for the Paramahansas. It's a book that is relished by those great devotees who have completely given up any kind of aspiration for this material world. So they relish Bhagavatam because Bhagavatam is about Krishna. He described Krishna. He described Krishna's wonderful transcendental forms, transcendental activities, qualities. And just by being absorbed in this beautiful narration, one gets easy transportation. One gets transported from this material world, crossing the ocean of materialistic existence, and much more so, attaining the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So today is the Uddhava is meeting with Vidura, because Vidura has been traveling in many, many places of pilgrimage, and then he was Vidura was near Braj area, and then he met Vidura met Uddhava, great devotee of Lord Krishna. And seeing Uddhava, I know that Uddhava is a great devotee of Lord Krishna, is a pure devotee of Lord Krishna, is a devotee who has developed love for Krishna. So Uddhava was very, very excited, was very, very happy. So normally when the great, Vidura himself was a great devotee of the Lord himself. So he was also a great caliber of devotees. So normally when two devotees meet each other, it's always a great excitement. When two great devotees meet, it's like a festival. It's a festival celebration. The festival celebration because the two great minds are met. And what is the celebration that they get to talk among each other about Lord Krishna? So when Vidura saw Uddhava, he began to ask Vidura to please tell me about Krishna. Because Uddhava, knowing that Vidura is a great Vaishnava, is a great devotee of Lord Krishna, he's an extraordinary devotee of Lord Krishna. Extraordinary devotee of Lord Krishna. So therefore, with eagerness, Vidura is asking Uddhava to please tell him something about Krishna. And because Uddhava's expression of Lord Krishna is based on direct experience. It's not that Uddhava was a Jnani. It's not that he had read scriptures, books about Krishna. So therefore he can talk about Krishna to others based on what he has studied. But no, this is what he himself has experienced. So he's talking his own experience. So here, Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 2, text 13, which is tonight's discussion. I hope everyone has been following this narration from the beginning, especially this chapter 2 of the third canto Bhagavatam. It's very, 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 very important chapter. Very, very interesting chapter because we got to hear something very intimate about Lord Krishna and his intimate devotees. He give us a glimpse into Krishna, into Krishna's characteristics, and into Krishna's loving reciprocation with his devotees. This chapter give us a glimpse into that, coming from the mouth of Uddhava. So Uddhava's narration is narrating, recanting. It's giving his remembrance of Lord Sri Krishna. So he said, Yadama Suno Bhattaraja Sriya Nirixia Drix Swastiana Nam Tilokaha Katsiena Chadye Ha Gatan Vidato Hava Sutao Koshalam Itiamanyata. I've read the word for word meaning and then the translation and purport by His Divine Grace La Prabhupada. Yet, the form which Dharma Suno of Maharaj Yudhishthira, but certainly Rajasuya in the arena of the Rajasuya sacrifice, Nirixia by observing Drik sight, Satya Yanam pleasing, Triloka the three words, Katsyena in sum total, Cha thus, Adia today, Iha within the universe, Katam surpassed, Vidatu of the Creator, Brahma, Arvak, recent mankind, Sruto in the material world, Kaushalam, dexterity, Iti, thus, Amanyata, contemplated or thought. Translation and purpose by His Divine Grace is Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Prabhupada Ki Jai. All the demigods from the upper, lower, and middle universal planetary systems assembled at the altar of the Rajasuya sacrifice performed by Maharaj Yudhishthira. After seeing the beautiful bodily features of Lord Krishna, they all contemplated that he was the ultimate dexterous creation of Brahma, the creator of human beings. Purport. There was nothing comparable to the bodily features of Lord Krishna when he was present in this world. The most beautiful object in the material world may be compared to the blue lotus or the full moon in the sky. But even the lotus flower and the moon were defeated by the beauty of the bodily features of Lord Krishna. And this was satisfied by the demigods, the most beautiful living creatures in the universe. The demigods thought that Lord Krishna, like themselves, was also created by Lord Brahma. But in fact, Brahma was created by Lord Krishna. It was not within the power of Brahma to create the transcendental beauty of the Supreme Lord. No one is the creator of Krishna. Rather, he is the creator of everyone. As he says in Bhagavad Gita 10:8, Aham Savasya Prabhu, Aham Savasya Prabhu, Mata Sava Prabhatate. Aham Savasya Prabhu, Mata Savam Prabhatate. Iti was iti Mata Bhajante Mam, Buddha Baba Samambita. This is from the one of the Chatusloki of the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita has 4 main slokas, which is said to be Chatusloka. And these 4 main slokas, we start from, which is chapter 10, text 8. So, first sloka from 8 to 11. From chapter 8, text 8, text 9, 10, and 11. 4 verses. And these 4 verses are said to be the 4 key verses of the Bhagavad Gita. That if one understands these 4 verses alone, one has understood the whole Gita. From the beginning, Krishna says, I am the beginning. Aham Sarvasya. Aham means I, me, I, Krishna. Aham Sarvasya Prabhu. Everything's come from me. Prabhu means generates, generation of everything. Aham Sarvasya. Everything you can think of this world come from me. Come from me only. Mahata Sava Prabhu today. Nothing in the creation that exists without me. So this is what Lord Krishna is saying. Everything is coming from him and nothing exists without him. So which means if one is thinking that there is something that is there in this world without God, then one is simply in the illusion. One is simply an illusion by thinking that something can be in this world without the input of the Lord, without the origin coming from the Lord. So one is simply in the big illusion. So, but of course, this text we are reading today, Yadama Suno Bata Rajasuyo Nirikshia Drik Satya Yanam Triloka Katsi Nan Chatiha Gatam Vidatu Abak Truta Koshalam Mitya Manyata. So we are by the demigods who are come from the upper, lower, middle, universal planetary systems. They all assemble at the altar of the Rajasuya sacrifice performed by Maharaj Yudhishthira. After seeing the beautiful bodily features of Lord Krishna, they all contemplated that he was the ultimate dexterous creation of Brahma, the creator of human beings. Because the demigods, they were created by Lord Brahma. They were created by Brahmaji. So Lord Brahma is the creator of this universe. Everything manifested from his engineering. So engineering he's the engineer of the universe. And of course, as mentioned in the Bhagavatam, when we go further in this third canto, whereby Lord Brahma is going to say that actually I only create after him. So he creates after God. So Lord Brahmaji is the secondary creator, he's not the primary creator. The primary creator is the Lord himself, because he's the seed. He gives the seed. So Lord Brahma is a secondary creator, not the primary creator. But he was empowered by the Lord to create. So the demigods here, when they came to the Rajasuya sacrifice of Yudhishthira Maharaj, because Yudhishthira Maharaj, he just established his kingdom at Indraprastha. So his kingdom was just established at Indraprastha. And then Lord Krishna, from the advice of Lord Krishna, so he told Yudhishthira Maharaj that, yes, now that you have, your kingdom is established, now you have to perform Rajasuya sacrifice. And this Rajasuya sacrifice is meant to proclaim, to establish the dominion of the emperor of the Yudhishthira Maharaj, that yes, he's an emperor without second. Normally in the Vedic times, this kind of sacrifice performed, whereby first every kings because the emperor is there, but there are so many kings, and all the kings, they are subordinate to the emperor of the land. And when the king wants to perform this kind of sacrifice, so all the other kings, they're supposed to come. That's the requirement. So therefore, the emperor will send his emissaries or his representative to various places in the kingdom, in the land, whereby all the king will be asked to come. And if any king refused to come, if he said, no, I'm not going to come, then that king must be ready to fight. So usually the kings, they will say, yes, we have to come. So this festival had been organized through the inspirational location himself. And then at that time, all the various personalities, so many dignitaries were all invited. So many dignitaries were all invited to this great sacrifice, including all the great personalities like Bhishma Dev, all the great generals of the war at that time, and Dronacharya, Kripacharyas, even the Kauravas, everybody was there. And everybody was given all the Kauravas especially, and Pandavas, they were all given specific roles to play. They were given specific roles to play in this sacrifice. Even Lord Krishna himself was there. And of course he was there because without him, there'd be no sacrifice. Even Lord Krishna, he took up a role to play in this sacrifice. And his role was to wash the feet of all the rishis, all the sages who are coming to the sacrifice. That is the role that he played to wash the feet of various rishis. So just imagine, the great sages, the object of their meditation is Krishna. They are performing so many sacrifices, so many penances, austerities, deliberating on the Vedic principles, deliberating on the goal of the Vedas. Vasudeva Param Veda, Vasudeva Param Kriya, Vasudeva Paro Jnanam, Vasudeva Paro Tapo. Vasudeva, the goal of everything, Param is the goal, the supreme. So the sages, that's the object of their meditation, is Krishna. That's the object of their penance, is Krishna, to attend the Lord. Once you attend the Lord, nothing else will be attained again in this material world. Once you attend, so therefore, I have so many great personalities, great sages and other rishis. They all invited to this sacrifice, great kings. And Lord Krishna, because he felt himself subordinate to the Pandavas, because the Pandavas there is very dear devotee. And the Lord feel himself obliged to his devotee. So in this sacrifice, the Lord Krishna said, I'm going to work, I will wash the feet of all visitors. You can just imagine God, this is the Supreme Lord himself. But because of his love for his devotees, he's playing this role. Okay, let me wash, I'm going to wash the feet of everyone that comes. You can just imagine it. And then different role was given. Even Dronacharya, even Duryodhana was there, and he was put in charge of the treasury. Duryodhana was put in charge of the treasury, in terms of money, what was he giving to everybody. So everyone, all the members of Kuru and Kuru, they were given different roles to play. And then, of course, and then when all the assembles, when everyone had been present in the assembly, and usually the requirement of a great sacrifice like this is that the most important person must be the first to be worshipped. The first person to be worshipped must be selected. So the great sages, they ask that who is to be worshipped first? Who should be the first person to be worshipped? So then Sahadev, we have Sahadev that's here. So Sahadev, she said, yes, who is to be worshipped? Only Krishna. He said, Krishna, he's the goal of everything. He's the object of everyone's worship. So therefore, he's the only worthy person to be worshipped. He's the only worthy person to be worshipped. So everybody agree except one person, Sishipa. Because Sishipa was always envious of Krishna. He was always envious of Krishna. So everybody agrees except Sishipa. And then Sishipa starts saying, hey, Sadev, you're such an unintelligent you are. You are such a foolish child, foolish boy. How can you be so less intelligent and be suggesting that this person, Krishna, is the first person to be worshipped? And then he sat down and he started blaspheming Krishna. Started blaspheming, oh, this Krishna, we don't even know his caste. We don't know which caste he belongs to, this and that. You know, he's so atrocious. And then, and of course, as sad as this Sishipa started blaspheming Krishna, so everyone in the assembly, they all got very angry. So many persons, they all wanted to leave the assembly. And then, of course, when this Sishipa was, throwing insult at Krishna, the Pandavas, they wanted to kill him. Many started, they were ready to kill this fellow, but Krishna said, don't worry, just leave him. Just leave him alone. I have a plan for him. Because what happened is that when Sishipa was born, he was born with 3 eyes. Yeah, he was born with 3 eyes. So, which considered to be inauspicious. So, actually, Sishipa happened to be Krishna's cousin in Mathura. So, and then when his mother, Sishipa's mother, was asking many brahmanas what to do. This boy, my child, has got 3 eyes. And then the brahmana told him that the person who will cause that 3rd eye to be removed, that person will kill him. It's going to be the cause of his death. So one time, then Krishna came to the house of where Sishipa was born. And when Krishna came there, then the 3rd eye disappeared. So he had 2 eyes. So the mother, he went to took the child to Krishna, said, please, which means you're the one who's going to kill this boy, this child. But please, show your mercy, please don't kill him. Don't kill him. So Krishna said, okay, I will not kill him until he abused me or he insulted me 100 times. If he insulted me 100 times, at that time, I will kill him. That was the only condition. So which means Sishipa, he spent his whole life just envious of Krishna, because after all, Sishipa was he was the 3rd incarnation of Jan Vijay, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravan, Kumbhaka, and the 3rd one is 3rd set of incarnation. Appearing was Sishipa and Dantavakra. So he was always envious of Krishna. He was never a devotee of the Lord. And then when just to cut the story short, so in this assembly, when Sishipa, when he objected to the suggestion that Krishna should be the first to be worshipped, and then he started throwing insult at Krishna. So he started throwing insult, calling Krishna so many names, bad names. And then, Krishna told everybody, just wait, don't do anything, don't kill him. And then the moment he called Krishna's bad names 100 times, and then Krishna took his Sudarshan chakra and they killed him, cut off his head. So in this way, so Krishna's calling, Now, it so happened that when Krishna uses Sudarshan chakra to cut off the head of Shishupal, and then the Sudarshan chakra came back to Krishna's finger. But when the Sudarshan chakra came back to Krishna's finger, somehow Sudarshan chakra just a little bit cut the hand, cut the finger of Krishna. And then some blood was coming out. So immediately, Draupadi, she was wearing a very expensive, very expensive sari. So she immediately tore her sari, tore their sari, and then she used that to bind Krishna's finger. She used that to tie up Krishna's finger, because Draupadi is Krishna's very, very dear devotee. Krishna's very dear devotee, Draupadi. So in this way, all these events happen during the Rajasuya and the arena of the Rajasuya sacrifice. So as stated in this verse we are reading today, so Uddhava is remembering this because Uddhava was also there. Now this whole chapter is about Uddhava remembering Krishna. So Uddhava he has been recounting various episodes, because Uddhava, when you don't ask him to tell him about Krishna, to tell him something, Vidura was so eager to tell him about Krishna. So Uddhava, because Vidura being a pure devotee of Krishna himself, is a loving bhakta, prem bhakta. So Uddhava himself, seeing another pure devotee, was very, very excited. And of course, so which means when the pure devotees, when they are together, even though normally they are normally very grave. When they come to talk, something that is very confidential about the Lord, they are very, very grave. But when another devotee is present, then they are very, very eager to discuss, to talk about the Lord. So Uddhava started making his own particular remembrance of Krishna by talking about different episodes. So which means everything was not chronological. It was simply remembering what happened in Mathura, what happened in Dwarka, what happened in Vrindavan. This is we're going to be here. This is all been talking about here. So here, Uddhava is saying that all the many demigods, they also came to this sacrifice. And when the demigods, when they saw the beauty of Krishna, it's like, oh, what is this? What's such a great? The mind become very, 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 very attractive. The condition of the mind cannot even be described. It's like seeing Krishna. This is the perfection of seeing. What else to be seen? After you see Krishna's beauty, what else you want to see in this world? This is the perfection of seeing. Now, the demigods, they are saying that Brahmaji, Lord Brahma, he had made he created so many things, including their own body. Their own body, after all the demigods, all the manifestation of Brahman through different stages like that. So demigods, they consider that Brahmaji, just as he created our body, now the perfection of his creation is this body of Krishna. This is the perfection of his creation. So the demigod, they are making this assumption that yes, we think that after this creation of Krishna's body, then that's the end. Krishna, Brahmaji cannot do any more creation, because after all, what can be better than that? What can be better than that, than the body of than the body of Krishna. Because like in this world, there are many, many things that we consider to be beautiful. Many things, for example, the blue lotus flower. I don't know how many of you has ever seen the blue lotus flower. You can see they're very, very beautiful. This very beautiful. Or the beauty of the moon. They are considered to be very, very beautiful. But the beauty of Krishna or the moon is not. The beauty of Krishna compared to all these material element like this the lotus flower or the blue lotus flower or the moon, there's no comparison. It's like one feel disgust. There's one feel disgust seeing all these other items. After seeing Krishna's beauty, one feel disgust seeing other beauty like blue lotus flower or the moon. It's like, oh, what is this? Oh, what is this? What is this? So it's like the demigods are saying that Brahmaji must have given up, must have thrown away all his instruments. He must have thrown away all his instruments after creating the body of Lord Krishna. This is what the demigods they're saying. That's what they are saying. But and of course, it's not that they're in full knowledge after all, because Brahmaji did not create Krishna's body. Krishna created Brahma. He created Brahma, but the demigod are just saying, oh, Lord Brahma he has made the ultimate creation, the body of Krishna, the ultimate creation. So which means all his intelligence, all his knowledge is now manifested in this body of Krishna. Because it's a perfection of beauty, it's a perfection of everything. It's the perfection of beauty. I will try to go into some of the more deeper aspect of Krishna's body. How Krishna's body is beauty, the beauty of Krishna's completely mesmerized all the devotees. That's what actually makes them giving up all the aspiration in this material world after seeing the body of Krishna, after seeing his beautiful form. So as Prabhupada is mentioned here, that we are saying that, the demigod are saying that they are thinking that, because we have been created by Lord Brahma, and demigods, they themselves, they are very, very beautiful themselves. They're very, very beautiful. After all, it mentions that in this material world, especially in this planet, it says that the most beautiful woman in this planet, the most beautiful woman, just like we have the so-called Miss Universe or Miss World, Miss this, Miss that, the beautiful. But they mentioned that the most beautiful woman in this planet is like frog compared to when it comes to the beauty of the heavenly woman, the heavenly damsels. The most beautiful woman in this planet is like it look just like frog. So which means we cannot just imagine the beauty of the people in the higher planet, in the heavenly planets. So beauty. In the material creation, the higher up you go, the more beauty, the more everything becomes very enhanced there. But when the demigods, when they saw Krishna's beauty, they felt very, very much ashamed of themselves. It's like they feel like, oh, we thought that we are beautiful. But when they saw Krishna, they felt very, very much ashamed. Say, well, this beauty is just amazing. The beauty of Krishna is amazing beauty. We can't just imagine it. Once one is fortunate enough to catch a glimpse of the body of the Lord, then once material existence is finished, once material existence is finished. in one of his prayer, the Rupa Goswami, he's saying that if you still have desire to enjoy this material world, if you have desire to enjoy family members, kids and kings and other, then don't look at Krishna, who is standing on the bank of Yamuna and Bansi, but don't look at him. Because once you look at him, then everything is finished for you. Once you look at Krishna, everything's finished for you, because you no longer have any the slightest interest of anything that is dear to you again in this material world. No more attraction to family members, society, wife, children, anything. No more attraction, because you have seen that beauty. That's the effect of seeing Krishna's beauty. That's the effect of it. That's why you say sometimes when the great devotees, you see them, they renounce everything in the material world. They renounce everything, and then what they are doing, they go to the forest of Vrindavan, and they are crying out, Radhe Brajadevi ke chalalite e nandasunokuta. They crying out in the forest of Vrindavan, saying, oh, Radha, Krishna, hey Krishna. Nanda Suno, the son of Nanda Maharaj. Kuta means, where are you? Where are you? He asked, crying out in the forest of Vrindavan. Nanda Suno Kuta, where are you, Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj? That's the situation. They've complete, because they've catch the glimpse of the Krishna's beauty, the Krishna's lotus, Krishna's beautiful body. They have the glimpse of that. The beauty of the Lord is such that once one have the experience of that beauty, all one's material aspiration is finished. When Dhruva Maharaj, he was performing austerity, because Dhruva Maharaj was insulted by his stepmother, because Dhruva Maharaj, he was the son of Maharaj Uttanapad. Is it Uttanapad or Priyavrata? I forgot the name. Anyway, so Dhruva Maharaj, he was insulted by his stepmother, because Dhruva Maharaj, he had a brother, his name was Uttama, and so Dhruva Maharaj, he wanted to go and sit on the lap of his father. Now, because the king, he had two wives, Suniti and I think Surichi, two wives. And this the second wife is his favorite of the king, the favorite of the king. And each of his two wives, they have one son, each of these two wives. So when when Dhruva Maharaj wanted to go sit on the lap of his father, so immediately his stepmother came and said, oh, you cannot sit on the lap of your father. You cannot do that. If you want to sit on the lap of your father, then you have to take birth from my womb, because she's the favorite wife of the king. She said, look, if you want to sit on the lap of your father, then you have to take birth in my womb first. So in this case, she prevented Dhruva Maharaj from sitting on the lap of his father. And Dhruva Maharaj was only 5 years old. So Dhruva Maharaj became very upset. He said, what is this? I cannot sit on the lap of my father. So he went and cried. He went crying to his mother. He said, oh, my dear mother, I was prevented from sitting on the lap of my father. And And my stepmom saying that if I have to sit on the lap of my step on my father, that I have to take birth from my womb. Great insults. Dhruva Maharaj is a Kshatriya. The Kshatriya, they cannot be insulted, even though he was a child, 5-year-old. So that he was equal to so Dhruva Maharaj went to his mother and said that I must take a revenge. I must take a revenge of this. I must take a revenge. And he asked his mother that, what should I do? What to do? I must take revenge. Well, the mother said, well, what can I do? You can only appeal to the Supreme Lord. Now, only Lord Narayana can solve your problem. I cannot do anything. Only Lord Narayana can solve your problem. And then Dhruva Maharaj asked his mother that, where can I find him? Where can I find Lord Narayana? And the mother, she was just talking. She didn't know that whatever is that she didn't know that Dhruva Maharaj was very, very serious in his questioning. She just said, well, so many sages, many great personalities, when they want to search out for the Lord, they go to the forest. They go to the forest when they want to search out for the Lord. And the Dhruva Maharaj said, okay, he decided to go to the forest. It's okay, I'm going to go to the forest to search for the Lord. And I want a kingdom. I must get a kingdom that's even much, much bigger than the kingdom of my grandfather. And his grandfather happened to be Lord Brahma. Because Lord Brahmaji, he was the father of Maharaj Priyavrata and Uttanapad. He said that I must, my grandfather, he said, than the kingdom of my grandfather, I want that kingdom. So he went to the forest. He went to the forest. And he went to the forest to start his meditation on the Lord. And as he reached the forest, and another Muni came to him. So another Muni said that, oh, my dear child, what are you doing here in the forest? You're a prince. What are you doing here in the forest? You should be in the palace and playing with toys. What are you doing here in the forest? Such a fearful place, so many dangerous animals. What are you doing here in the forest? Go back to the palace. So Dhruva said, my dear sage, I'm very determined. I want to get a kingdom that is bigger than is better than the kingdom of my grandfather, because I've been insulted. And then he recounted to another Muni how he had been insulted by his step mother. And then, of course, another Muni was explaining was actually glorifying the Kshatriyas, even they cannot even tolerate in a very slight insult. That's the nature of the Kshatriyas. And then when Narada Muni saw that Dhruva was very, very determined, he didn't want to say, he made a resolution that he's not going back to the forest, to the palace. So when Narada Muni saw that he was very, very determined, and then he gave him instruction of what to do, what kind of sacrifice, what to do, how to perform meditation, how to perform sacrifice, how to perform penances, austerities, and then he gave him a mantra. He initiated him, gave him a mantra by chanting Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So he gave him the mantra, and then Narada Muni departed, left, and the Dhruva Maharaj, he began his meditation. He began his meditation, performing austerity. The first 3 months, he was eating, I think, first he started by eating once a day, and then every 3 days, then every 12 days, like that. But then by the 3rd month, he was not eating any food. Maybe he would drink water every once in a while. He would drink water every once in a while. And then by the 6th month, he will only breathing air, no food, No water, just breathing her. In the meanwhile, I've been chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, because that's the mantra which was given to him. And after the period of 6 months or so, then he started even breathing. He stopped even breathing. He stopped the act of everything. He was simply completely absorbed in his meditation and chanting the Lord's mantra. So by that time, his austerity had affected the whole universe. It has affected the whole universe, the power of his austerity. So the demigod, they prayed to Lord Vishnu that our dear Lord, please fulfill the desire of this boy. Please appear to this boy, otherwise he's choking up the whole universe. So Lord Narayan appeared before Dhruva Maharaj. So Lord Narayan appeared before Dhruva Maharaj. Then, first of all, the Lord appeared within his heart. Because normally when the Rishis, when they are performing their meditation, their tapasya, the Lord's first appear within their heart as Paramatma. And because their eye was focused inward, so they're able to see the Lord within their hearts. So when Dhruva, when he saw the Lord within his heart, immediately became energized. He became very awakened. His body became energized, and then he opened his eye. So when he opened his eye, the Lord Narayan was standing before him in his Lord Narayan was standing before him in his majestic form. Very, very, very beautiful, very, very attractive. So beautiful, like unimaginable beauty that even when we're talking of the Lord's beauty, there is just no word to this, nothing that can describe it. Nothing that can describe, nothing to describe the beauty of the Lord, nothing to describe it. No word. Therefore, is because it's a transcendental body. So when Dhruva Maharaj saw this, he was just full of amazement, seeing the Lord standing before him. Such a beauty, seeing the Lord, was so amazed. His mind, everything became very, very energized, very, very captivating. So, and then the Lord was very, very happy with Dhruva. The Lord put his conch shell on his head. And then the Lord tell Dhruva that, my dear boy, tell me what you want. Tell me your desire. Tell me your desire. And the Dhruva Maharaj started saying, what is that? Because Dhruva Maharaj said, oh, my dear Lord, I had a desire to have the best planets that is even above the planet of my grandfather. But now I've seen you, I've seen your bodily form. So all my desire is like someone who has been looking for like a broken pieces of glass. And now seeing you is like seeing the most prized diamond. And so he said that my desire, which I had just like broken pieces of glass, and seeing you is like the most prized diamond by seeing you. So which means all his desires are gone completely. Only the Lord is there, because the Lord is the Lord's beauty is like, it just take you on a totally different realm. And of course the Lord, not only did the Lord granted him pure bhakti, at the same time the Lord said, okay, I'm going to give you a planet which will not be subject to destruction when this material world is annihilated. So therefore there's a Dhruva Loka, which some people call it poster. And that planet is not subject to destruction when this material world is destroyed. So this is it. This is the situation here, that the beauty form of the Lord there's no comparison to it. And it's this beauty that captivates everything. The Lord Krishna is It's so beautiful that they said that many ornaments, sometimes the ornaments are put on his body. Just like when we want to decorate ourselves, we put on very clothing, we put on many ornaments so that we can look more beautiful, isn't it? We put on a lot of different ornaments so that we can look more beautiful. But the law, especially when Mother Yeshoda dress him or put so many beautiful ornaments, jewelries, clothing on his body. But those ornaments, those clothing that put on his body, they look beautiful because of Krishna's body. So Krishna's body, he makes the ornament look beautiful. Not that the ornament makes him beautiful, more beautiful. But he's the beauty. He gets every object, he makes them more attractive, more beautiful because of him. So in his pastimes of Vrindavan, whereby the great devotees, the gopis of Vrindavan, the great lovers of Krishna, they, the moments they have, the moment they saw Krishna, they immediately develop a great yearning to attain him, a great intensity to attain him. Saying Lord, saying they say, oh, Krishna saying you, this is the perfection of everything. Saying Lord Krishna. By saying Lord Krishna, immediately all the attachment to anybody in this material world is completely gone. No more attachment to family members, society, so-called friends, so-called material friends. No more. The only aspiration become how to attain Krishna. The only aspiration become how to attain Krishna. That's the only aspiration become that. So the last beautiful form is very, it's called Madhuyam. Madhuram, Madhana, Madhuram. Vapurashya Vibu. Madhu Gandhi Smithanitadiraho, Madhuram. So this is one of the great sage, Vaishnava, Bivamangal Thakur, describing the Lord's sweetness, his bodily form is sweetness, so beautiful. And everything about Krishna is beautiful, his bodily form is so beautiful. So beautiful. So that's called him Madhuram. Another great Acharya, Vallabhacharya, he composed this prayer called Madhurastakam, which describe Krishna's beauty in all aspects. Krishna's beauty. And Krishna is so beautiful that even his own beauty attracts him. His own beauty attracts him himself. There was one time when Krishna looked himself in the pond, in the pond, he looked himself in the pond, and then he saw his own form. And Krishna became amazed at his own beauty. And he said, oh, who's this person I'm seeing? Who is this person I'm seeing? And he desired this person. That is him. So he looked at himself in the mirrors, in a reflection of himself, and he became amazed in his own beauty. You can just imagine. Because his beauty is always increasing at every moment. It's always increasing at every moment, the Lord's beauty. There was somebody said one time, there was some expression at one time that there was an artist who wanted to draw a picture of Lord Krishna. He wanted to draw like an art picture of Krishna. So this artist came and then he put a set before Krishna. He started drawing. This is supposed to be the best artist in the land. The best, It's like Picasso or whatever, or the best Picasso in the land. So he came to draw Krishna. And then, so he finished drawing. It's so very beautiful. So he was very happy of what he drew. And then he look at it, then he look at Krishna to see if his paint, his drawing match the face of Krishna or not. But when you look at Krishna, he saw that it's changed, totally different what he has done. So he said, "Oh, I thought I've drawn the likelihood of Krishna," and then threw that away, and I started drawing again. Trying to want to make an exact replica of Krishna. Then again, and then when he finished, then he looked at Krishna, said that, "Oh, it's different again." Because Krishna is beauty changes at every moment. He changes at every second. It changes at every moment. It's beauty. So no, it means there's just no way. So therefore, so which means if the Lord himself can be captivated by his own beauty, so how much more, so therefore is what is they simply worshiping. That's it. And that's why the Krishna has three. Krishna developed a greed of himself, he developed a greed. He wanted to find out he wanted to find out the nature of his own sweetness, which makes the gopis mad. His sweetness makes his own beauty, which makes the inhabitants, the gopis of Vrindavan, mad about him, which makes them mad, his own sweetness. And then the Lord wanted to understand the nature of his love, the nature of the love of the gopis which they have for him, and then the kind of experience they have, what happiness they have when they are loving, what's their experience, which kind of happiness they get. So with those three things, the Lord developed greed. He wanted to understand that. So therefore the Lord came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just to fulfill, just to be able to have this understanding. So he became great and he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Uddhava, he said here that the demigods, they were so mesmerized by this. When they saw this bodily beauty of Krishna, they were so mesmerized. They said that, oh, if Brahmaji had created this body, he must have completely finished his art of creation, his art of creativity. This is the end of it. This is the perfection of his creativity. This is the perfection of it. He cannot do it with me, because whatever he has done before, such as the blue lotus flower, the moon, now this has become like nothing. It's become like useless. This body of Krishna, that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate of everything. So this is the demigod. They were feeling this way, feeling this way. Then of course we know that there's no such a thing. That no, this is not the situation, because Brahmaji is created by Lord Krishna. There's no such a thing as Brahmaji creating Lord Krishna. The Lord is the origin of everything. He's the origin of everything, and everything comes from him. And when devotees knows this, iti mata bhajanti imam, Buddha Bhava Samamrita, Lord Krishna says that once devotee understand that yes, everything coming from me, I'm the source of everything, then what did they do? Bhajanti imam, they simply worship me. And what is the nature of their worship? Buddha Bhava Samvita. Bhava means with great feelings. They worship me with feeling, with transcendental loving feelings. Devotees, they worship the Lord, they perform bhakti in loving feelings. So that's why we say that. What is bhakti? Bhakti means loving. Yeah, the love must be there. If there's no love, then there's no bhakti. Bhakti means what is done with love. So therefore, the devotees, somebody who has developed love for Krishna, such a person, he goes beyond rules and regulations. It goes beyond rules and regulation. His bhakti is done with love. So therefore, Krishna is very, very hungry. He runs out. Says, oh, Krishna is hungry. I must give him whatever he needs. Krishna is very, very hungry. He doesn't have to wait, or it's not that he has to chant some mantras and do some offering. No, Krishna is hungry. He must immediately give Krishna food because Krishna is hungry. Yeah. So because bhakti is a loving feeling, prem bhakti, this is what attracts Krishna, this is what pleases Krishna, this is what makes Krishna happy. As Srila Rupa Goswami is saying, that Krishna is akashani, means that that Krishna, the nature of bhakti is that it attracts Krishna. Krishna is all attractive, but bhakti attracts him. But what sort of bhakti attracts Krishna? Is a loving bhakti. When there's love. If there's no love, there's no bhakti. When Krishna was one time, he went to Hastinapur. He went to Hastinapur, and then because he wanted to mediate between the Pandavas and the Kauravas, he went to Hastinapur. And that time, when he arrived here, and then, first of all, the Lord went to the house of Vidura. And that time, Vidura was a poor man. He was a poor person. He lives in a small, he wasn't living in the palace. He lived like in a small, simple dwelling. So Vidura and his wife, they are both lovers of Krishna. So they sat Krishna down, and Krishna was like a great king. He came as a great king. So Krishna came to the house of Vidura feeling hungry. And then so the only thing they could offer Krishna, feed him, was a banana. So Vidura's wife, she was peeling the banana to give Krishna banana. But it so happened that she was looking at Krishna, feeling so much transcendental love, tears coming from her eyes. And then she wanted to feed Krishna banana. But what she was doing was that she was throwing away the banana peels. No, not banana peel. She was throwing away the banana and giving the banana peel to Krishna to eat. But Krishna was eating that because she was not offering banana to Krishna. She was offering love for Krishna. She was offering love to Krishna because Krishna only eats love given by his devotees. Krishna becomes hungry only if his devotees love him. So he becomes hungry for their love. So that should be the nature of life. If you are looking to render bhakti, the love must be developed. The love must be there. If there's no love, there's no bhakti. Only love attracts the Lord. So many points in this chapter is such a very beautiful chapter, whereby Uddhava is he's just recounting his experience he's giving. And Uddhava was in a transcendental emotional ecstasy. If he was feeling intense, bhav, just telling Vidura about all these things. He was feeling intense bhav. And having the direct experience. So what he was saying is recounting that before Vidura, what he was saying, what he has seen. So it's like having a picture right in front of him, and he's telling Vidura that, oh, the demigod, they saw Krishna, and when they saw Krishna's beauty, whatever beauty they've experienced in their life, they become disgusted with such beauty, having seen Krishna's beauty. So, Vidura, Uddhava, recounting this to, to Vidura. So there's different ways by which this text can be explained. Different ways can be, and I can actually go on and on. Having different kind of explanation, because when we talk about the Lord's beauty, there's just no end to it. There's no end to it, especially when we talk of the life of his devotees in Vrindavan, his loving devotees in Vrindavan, the gopis of Vrindavan. When you talk about their love, their attraction towards Krishna. The nature of this attraction is not something that ordinary mind can actually contain. It's not something that ordinary mind can contain. Okay. So when devotees have this attraction, experience of the Lord, so therefore this material world have no meaning to them anymore. Totally no meaning for them anymore. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. If there is a question, you can please go ahead. Question or comments? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, His Grace Ishara Prabhu. I'm beginning to understand that Krishna can be so sweet. I say can be because I haven't tasted him yet, but I'm beginning to believe that Krishna can be so sweet that since he's not different from his names and attributes, once you start talking about him, it's so sweet that it's not so easy to stop talking about him. So, dear devotees, if anyone may have comments, questions, realizations you may want to share in regard to today's Krishna Katha, please you may unmute and go ahead to ask your question or share your realizations or comments. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Ravinda, you have something to, please go ahead.
Yes, Prabhu, please accept my respectful obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to you and your service to devotees. Thank you. Prabhu, my question, I have two questions. But the first question is there any difference between the Lord in the heart and the Vishnu form?
Yeah.
The Lord Narayan and the Lord in the heart as Chaitya Guru or the Paramatma.
Yeah, that
Is there any difference between these forms?
Yeah, the Lord in the heart is Paramatma. It's different.
Yes.
So Paramatma is different in the sense that the Paramatma is there in the heart of all living entities. Is there Paramatma? Whereas Lord Vishnu, actually you have Karanadaksha Vishnu, like or Mahavishnu. Then you have Gabodasha Vishnu, who is the Lord of the universe. And then you have Kridasha Vishnu, Paramatma, who's in the heart of all entities. So usually, as long as the living entities in the material world, Paramatma is always with them. But once you out of the material world, then Paramatma is no more there. Because once you attain the spiritual body, you've realized God, and there's no more need of Paramatma to be there with you. So, and of now, in reality, it's the same Paramatma. All Vishnu is all the same form, same God. It's not like one is higher than the other. Normally, once you realize the Paramatma, the Lord Vishnu within your heart, then ultimately, that is realization of God. And normally, in many stages, when they are doing their austerity, their meditations, the Lord first appear to them within the heart as Paramatma. Then they actually see the Lord himself, and then the Lord become manifest before them externally. Which means it's the same Lord who they are seeing within the heart, the same Lord who become manifest before them externally. It's the same Lord. So when the Lord is in your heart, it's Paramatma. But when it's externally seeing you as, we call him Narayan, like that one is when you actually when you behold him in front of you. That is Lord Narayan. So the Lord can be inside or outside. When it's inside, it's Paramatma. When it's outside, it's Narayan. So inside, they're the same person, but it's just inside or outside. That's it. So technically, there's no difference. The same Lord.
Okay.
Right?
Thank you very much, Prabhu. I asked this question because like you are explaining about the beauty of the Lord. And again, you brought the story of Dhruva Maharaj to confirm that actually seeing the beauty of the Lord, once whole material desires disappears, his heart becomes so purified that he will not in need of any material thing no more. And so that confirms Dhruva Maharaj seeing the Lord. But the question I asked the question because after Dhruva Maharaj have seen the Lord, all his material desires disappeared. So how come that the yogis also see the same Lord as Paramatma in the heart, and they still hold on to their material desires?
No, the yogis, they are performing their meditations, their austerity, to realize that love within their heart. Once they realize, when they actually see the love within their heart, then everything is finished. There's no more aspiration. But until that period of calm, they will continue their meditation on the Paramatma within the heart. That's the goal of the yogis, to see the Paramatma. That's their goal. So on which until that time comes, they actually manifest to them. They actually see the Lord then. They become the perfection of their meditation. But that's their goal until they realize that goal. Then that meditation will continue. They will keep on aiming for that perfection of life. They once see the Lord, there's no more. Everything is attained. Everything become attainable. Everything is already attained. So that's the thing. The yogis meditate on the Paramatma, while the bhaktas, they serve the Lord. They meditate on the Lord Himself, Lord Sri Krishna. Whereas because you have three types of transcendentalists, three types. The impersonalist, we call them Brahmavadis, impersonalists. They meditate on Brahman, the light. That's we call them Brahmavadis. Not the Mayavadis. Mayavadis are offenders. We call them Brahmavadis. So they meditate this impersonally. They meditate on the impersonal Brahman. Whereas the yogis, their meditation is the object of meditation is the Paramatma, and the bhaktas is Bhagavan, the Lord Himself. So these three type of transcendentalists, they have different goals, different aspirations. Okay, you disappear? Is it? Are you still there? Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, he's still here. Well, Hare Krishna, thank you. I hope, Govinda Prabhu, you are satisfied with the responses. Probably I have a couple of questions, but I think I will ask this question first because it follows Govinda Prabhu's question. And that is, we are hearing that Krishna is so beautiful. And in fact, I have also heard and actually read it that our eyes are kind of restless because our eyes wants to see Krishna. Because the eyes have not seen Krishna, the eyes are very restless. So we're hearing today that Krishna is so beautiful that once you see him, it's almost impossible to forget about him. But I have these two questions along this line. How come that somebody like Shishupal saw Krishna, and instead of loving Krishna, he became actually antagonistic? That's one. How come that somebody will see this beautiful form of Krishna and still become antagonistic to him? And then two, what does it mean then when we address or we see certain devotees, we call them their pure devotees, they are advanced devotees, they are self-realized devotees, thinking that they've seen Krishna.
Mhm.
And once you see Krishna, you should not fall. And these people fall down to illicit sexual affairs. Does that mean that those people actually never saw Krishna? And if they saw Krishna, how come that they forgot about this beautiful form and actually went and fell down with a woman, and probably in an illicit way? If you can help me around these
Okay.
difficult things to understand.
Yeah, you actually, yes, very intelligent question. Yeah, just indicated that you're a sage yourself. The sage always ask this very nice, tough questions. So the first one deal with the Sishrupa, that he saw Krishna many, many times. Even he was Krishna's cousin, but still, he was like, blaspheming Krishna, enemies of Krishna. So, we have to know the background of Sishrupa. Sishrupa was previously Jai Vijay in the spiritual world. And Jai Vijay came to, to fulfill the desire of the Lord. The Lord wanted to fight. The Lord wanted to fight. So Jai Vijay, they wanted to fulfill the Lord's desire. So therefore, there was a drama created whereby Jai Vijay were caused by the Kumaras to take birth in the material world. And then the Lord gave Jai Vijay an option that either you go to the material world, 7 life as a devotee, or 3 life as a demon. Make a choice. So Jai Vijay said, we want to come 3 life as a demon. So we want to fight with you. So because this is the Lord's own desire, so his devotee desire to fight with him. So the Lord made them demon. He made them demon so that they can fight with him. He said, so therefore, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, then Ravana Kumbhakan, now Ashishupal and Kumbhakan, and Dantavakra. So those 3 lives. So which means the Lord himself, when he wants to perform pastime in the material world, he creates certain persons as devotees and certain persons as demons. Those who are demoniac and those who are devotees, they are the Lord's own creation, and the Lord perform pastimes with them. With the devotees, he protect them, he do many, many things with them, And for the demons, which is his own creation, that he fight with them. So that they are meant to give the Lord's pleasure. When he's relishing the loving affair of his devotee, the Lord is very happy, he's relishing that. The same time also, when the demons are fighting with him, they are envious of him, he's also relishing that. Both actually giving the Lord's pleasure. So both the devotees and the demons, they are both the Lord's creation to take part in the Lord's own lila. Otherwise, the Lord is above, the Christians say, no one is there to me in this material world. I'm completely neutral. But when the Lord wants to perform, when you want to perform lila, certain person and his devotee, a certain person become demons. And ultimately, those demons, they actually his own devotees, but they just played that role for that particular leela. So that's why, as I said, but in the ultimate sense, no one is really a demon in the ultimate sense. They just have to particular role to play in the Lord's leela. So that's something that we have to try to understand in the proper perspective. And many acharyas, they've actually have explained this also. Now, your second question regarding to some people we see as pure devotees, and then after some time we still them as been falling down, like that. So, first of all, as I said, that it takes a pure devotee to see another pure devotee, to really realize another pure devotees, But sometimes, most of the time in our immature mind, our immature fanatical mind, we put a label that, oh, this person is a pure devotee, and this person is not a pure devotee. Or maybe due to some society, or let's say somebody's is been given a particular position, and then we say, oh, this person is a devotee, is a pure devotee. Whereas this other person who has not been given such position is not. But we forgot the fact that this person went for the sake of service. A person may be appointed for the sake of service. But we say, oh, this person is pure devotees. And then we see that after some time, we become disappointed that the so-called pure devotees, then they fall down into gross sense gratification. So, because we know that in this material world, there are many people who pretend, a lot of pretenders are there. There are many people who are very, very good in putting out an act. They're very, very good in that. They put an act that they are great devotees. And because they are very, very good, people also accept them that, oh, this person is pure devotee. So until the time comes when they can no longer sustain that act, when they can no longer sustain it, and then we see them as being, falling down, boom. Or they are doing something behind, but we don't know. I mean, just like I'm sure we've read so many disgusting stories of the so-called pure devotees, whereby, in the daytime they give dynamic classes, and then back in their quarters, they do something different. Until they're exposed, we keep thinking that, oh, this person is a pure devotee, that person, But the reality is that we ourselves, we cannot really know a pure devotee, until we ourselves become pure devotees ourselves. But because we are lazy, we really want to project to somewhere that, oh, he's a pure devotee, so therefore let me adore him because he's a pure devotee. But we are meant to be pure devotees ourselves. And who say pure devotee? A pure devotee is the one who is 100% dedicated to the service of Krishna. A pure devotee is the one who has given up all kind of sense gratification, who has become Anya Abhilasita Sonyan, nothing that, he's done everything only that is favorable for Krishna only. Srila Rupa Goswami has described what is pure devotional service in the nectar of devotion, but listen the sender. So it's mentioned here. So we just like to say that, but because we are not ready to really take upon ourselves to say that we should become pure devotees. And that's what the Shastra, the scriptures are saying. Anya Bilasita Sunya, Gyana Kamandana Britam, Anokuyana Krishna no Srana Bhakti Uttama. When there's no more desire for anything, Anya for any other thing in this material world, no for Gyan, for Karma, only for those things that favorable for Krishna. When one no longer desire anything else except what is favorable for Krishna, then until that time comes, then we are not pure devotees. But we have to strive for that. We have to come to that level. And once we attend pure devotional service, then we can see who's a pure devotee. And of course, normally a pure devotee himself, he sees the whole world as pure devotees except himself. Normally pure devotees. They say that in Bhagavad, you see everyone serving Krishna except himself, because he's very, very humble. He's very, very humble. He sees himself as very, very fallen and all that. So anyway, your question is not a simple answer, actually. We can deliberate on it. It could be the subject of a class itself.
Yeah. Or probably, like you rightly said, yes, it can be really detailed. But I truly and sincerely appreciate your answer, because I've heard about this, and today I heard from you also about the unimaginable beauty of Krishna. And it's just bewildering that somebody can behold this beauty and still be looking for, like you rightly said, even if you compare the beauty of the angels, the demigods to us on earth, we are like caricatures. And you see this beauty and you still forget about that beauty. It just doesn't seem to make any sense. Excuse me my language, but thank you for the answer. Dear devotees, anyone has something to ask or share? Prabhuji, I have one other question, and I think that will be my last question. Oh, Govinda, you have something to say or ask?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, please.
My question almost escaped, almost ran from my mind.
Oh, okay.
Krishna. Maybe you can go ahead and ask your question. This question will come later, maybe.
Okay. Prabhu, you see, there are quite a number of reasons why I really like this Bhagavatam classes we have Monday through Friday. There are so many reasons, but one particular reason is that it somehow encourages me to read and try to study the Bhagavatam. So I did not host His Grace Srivas Vanacharya yesterday, Salika Prabhu did. But I had read over the text. And so today, actually, when I was sharing, I thought I was repeating the same text as yesterday. And I realized that, no, this is the correct text for today. And it's because I read it and it looked familiar to me. And I was surprised what was said in the text itself. So if I may put it back on the screen, and then I'll ask my question from the text itself. It says, all the demigods from the upper, lower, and middle universal planetary systems assembled at the altar of the Rajasuya. And I was shocked because all along I thought that the demigods were only in the upper planetary systems. But what you see by here, it's saying that from the upper, lower, and middle universal planetary systems. And that was shocking to me. And then I made a reference to the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 19, Text 23. 1:19-23. It says, the king said, "O great sages, you have all very kindly assembled here, having come from all parts of the universe. You are all as good as supreme knowledge personified, who resides in the planet above the three worlds, Satyaloka. Consequently, you are naturally inclined to do good to others. But for this, you have no interest, either in this life or in the next. And in the purport, excuse me, Srila Prabhupada states 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here, there are 3 planetary systems, namely the lower worlds, the intermediate worlds, and the upper worlds. The human beings on Earth are situated in the beginning of the intermediate worlds, but living beings like Brahma and his contemporaries live in the upper worlds, of which the topmost is Satyaloka. So, Prabhuji, can you help explain to us how is it that the lower and the middle planetary systems also have demigods?
Yeah, because the demigods, which are said to be 33 million in number.
Yeah.
They are what we call local powers, which means they are the directors of the universe. They are in charge of various parts of the universe. Some are situated in the lower planets, some are in the middle planets, and some in the upper planets. Depending on their position, depends on what they have to do. And also they regulate different directions and all that. And actually there was a time up to 5,000 years ago when the demigods, they used to come here regularly. They used to visit this planet regularly, whereby you can actually see them before. They're like when there's a sacrifice like this, they come. You can see them. So because this Kali Yuga, because of the degradation of the age, you can no longer see the demigod, but they are present. You can see them. You know, just like one time there was they've organized a program one time, and the Prabhupada was supposed to give a lecture there. And in that program, nobody came. So nobody came, and the devotees, they were apologizing to Prabhupada that Prabhupada, we sorry that nobody came to this program. So Prabhupada said, what do you mean nobody came? Didn't you see this person, that person had the money, or this demigod, that demigod, didn't see them? You know, so Prabhupada could see them, but another person, they could not see them. Actually, they mentioned that whatever there is a recitation about Bhagavatam, so many sages, the demigod, they come and sit and be present there. So the demigods are there because they control everything. They control all our affairs. So they are there. So according to their role, so they are situated in different places. It can be lower planet, it can be middle planet, it can be upper planets. You know, as I said, actually there are 7 planetary systems. And all these planetary systems, they're all controlled by various demigods, who controls them. And of course, the topmost one, of course, is the planet of Brahma.
Mm.
You know, whereby these are we are the great sages, where they live. The topmost sages, they are there in those planets. But again, yes, the demigods are here. Only we cannot just see them, but they are here. They're like you see so many great rivers and all that, mountains. They are being overseen by many demigods. They, who are in charge of them. You know.
Yeah, I mean, this example you cited is clicking for me to understand. Like, Mother Ganga is a demigoddess, and she's here with us on Earth. Yeah, so, yeah. Well, thank you so much. Anyone else before Prabhuji leaves for the day?
Yes.
Okay, did you remember?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much again. Yeah, the question was about this. Was about this Krishna pastimes that all the so-called demons that fought with Krishna, they are all highly advanced souls, pure devotees, and they came just to have Krishna enamored his pastimes. But they came in the form of these guys, pretended to be demons. Now we are also warned about the danger of offending the devotees of the Lord. And the example given is Jai and Vijay. When they were trying to enter into spiritual world, the Kumaras tried to enter into spiritual world, and Jai and Vijay saw them as a little kid. They rebuked them, and we all saw the results. And so it's very dangerous for one to be offensive towards devotees. Now, these devotees came to perform pastimes with Krishna. How do we address them? Because sometimes when we talk of Kamsa, we talk of Sisupa, we talk of Dandavakra, and all that. We see them as very, very negative, unwanted, and there's a way, consciously we think about these people. Can we be committing offenses by the way we address them, by the way we value them, or what do you think? Can we be committing offenses by the way we see them and their actions and the way we address them? Can our actions or thinking towards them be offensive?
First of all, demon, when you those kind of demon, if you can't even see, if you see them, they will eat you. So I can't even see them. The powerful demons see the guy. So, and of course, again, somebody became demoniac can be due to the lost own arrangements. But there are also other demons like Jarasandha or like Kalayavan.
Yeah.
These questions, who actually very low class. That even Krishna will not even kill. Like Kalayavan, for example, Krishna didn't even kill him. He just directed him to a cave because Krishna didn't even want to touch him. So normally when we pray not to be in a position of demon, because the demons, and of course actually there's some prayer whereby because the demons, they're always thinking of Krishna. Just like cancer never stopped thinking of Krishna. He was Krishna conscious 24 hours a day. So therefore, great devotee, we pray that, we wish to be like Kamsa, who is always thinking of Krishna. Either sleeping, dreaming, everything is always Krishna. Think of Krishna. Of course, thinking of Krishna is in a negative term, negative way. So, and of course, we cannot think of Krishna that way because we have to always think of Krishna in a positive and not in a negative way. But the example is like the rate of demon, they never stop thinking of the Lord. So, there's no such a thing as being committing offense. That the point of the demons has to be saying that, yes, we cannot be that way. There are negative lessons for us. That's something that we cannot be, because the demons means they are full of negative characteristics, full of negative influences. So they're just an example of what we cannot be. That's what they are demons. So, it's anyway, just to make it simple, there's no such a thing as committing offenses. But again, the demon, they just show us what we cannot be. And how, if we try to follow the demonic example, then we get destroyed. We get destroyed. We get to be like the demons, just be like them. We get destroyed. That's what happened. So we have to follow the footsteps of great devotees, not the demons. So such a thing has been offenses and it's not there, but they just represent what we cannot be, what we shouldn't be. That's what the demons represent. And ultimately, as we know, the demons, the demigods and demons, they all come from the same person. You know, Lord Brahma created from Lord Brahma called Kashyapa Muni, and from Kashyapa Muni he has two wives, Diti and Aditi. So his wife of Diti, from her, all the demons came. And from his wife of Aditi, all the demigods came. So same person, he had two sets of, progenies. One set is demons and one set is demigods. And those two sets, they're always fighting with each other eternally. And when they are fighting with each other, when one set becomes predominant, when the demon become predominant, so they become disturbance to the universe, and then Lord Vishnu has to come and fight with them and kill them, you see. So it's a whole story, it's a whole thing like that. So, and of course, when we read the scriptures, when we study the Purana especially, it becomes very, very interesting because it's always about the demons and the demigods and the killing, the conflict that is there. It's always about that. But Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wrote a very beautiful book in his book of Javadharma, or the Jitensi Shamita, and also Krishna Shamita, about the representation of various demons. How demons represent particular anarthas that we have to pray to Krishna to come and kill those anarthas. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he described those demoniac characteristics. So in this way, what represent loss, greed, anger, so many things like that. What the particular demon represent?
Hare Krishna.
Oh, it's 10:22. Okay.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
So let's.
I think we may call it a night for you, Prabhuji. For me, it's a day.
Yes, for you it's there for.
Yeah. So, dear devotees, we thank you as always for being here. And we're going to humbly request you all to kindly unmute. And we all chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to express our utmost appreciation to our revered speaker and our big brother, His Grace Ishara Prabhu.
Srimad Prabhu is.
Yeah, Shumavara Prabhu is here.
Now to say something, Vara Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. I was trying to get in touch, and thank God the Super Soul spoke to you. I was figuring,
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yes, my obeisances, Prabhuji. As I said, my obeisances. Can you just tell us something about Dantavakra? Because we heard so much about, Sisupala and the other ones, but how did Dantavakra, how did he leave his body?
Dantavakra is after the Krishna killed Shishupal. It was that time also that Dantavakra, because then his associate came to revenge Shishupal. And it was that time that Dantavakra also came, and then so he was also killed during that time. Dantavakra was killed also. So because Dantavakra and Shishupal, apparently they were also brothers. They were brothers. So they were both killed practically at the same time.
Okay. Just why I asked the question, I had sometimes before, and I don't know how far authentic it's that Dantavakra actually entered into the body of Kamsa. I don't know how far it's true. So that's why I wanted to find out.
No. That's not true.
That's not true. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Shrimara Acharya Prabhu. So we'll go back to what we were about to do. That is humbly requesting all the devotees to kindly unmute and we all chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Pancha Kalpa
Panchakarpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanabhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Anantapurti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai.
Ki Jai.
All glories to our revered speaker, His Grace Ishara Prabhu Ki Jai.
Jai.
Now glories to Samud Vaishnava devotees.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.